Hello bookers, it's time for me to present myself. My name is Leva and this is my book. These are all my books. I paid to publish 500 copies. Upon printing was done, I was given a package of 60 and I was told to sell them. Now, what you see here are remains from the package of 60 that wasn't sold but was gifted away to the people I love. I published in 2017 and I was still not paid. My publisher says I have no sales. I am in most of the bookstores, big bookstores here, and nothing. Now don't get me wrong, she's a good publisher. She's one of the oldest publishing houses and she actually helps young authors to reach their audience. She's good, she tries, she gives her best, but what happens is that she gets suffocated by a bunch of other publishers who are simply put not as good. They overwhelm the market and they push their publications into the hands of people who, after all this time, cannot select what they like, even. Our publishers go as far as putting a package of Mac with the books that people should buy, and people buy them because they get free Mac. That's how far they go. Which is funny because books and culture are one of the main things that separates one state from the other, but I'll talk about that later, I guess. I talked with other writers and some of them had one payment, some of them had two, some of them manage on their own, some of them take the whole however many they published copies and they sell them, they manage to. But that's a problem because we simply, not all of us are lucky. Now what happens is, in this January of 2018, I get interested in crypto. My mother calls me and she said, hey, Bitcoin is going crazy, you should look at it. Me, having the chance to buy it when it was $450, of course rushed to my laptop and I tell to myself, no, you're not missing this out. Yep, I fall into FOMO all the way in and I buy it for $100 because that's all I could afford. And that's how my journey begins. Up until maybe a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was reading CryptoPanic and I saw a post on Reddit about Project Book. And I think to myself, hey, this sounds interesting, let's check it out. And I go there and there's this guy writing about how he wants to decentralize publishing and make a book network, or did he write that? I can't quite remember right now. And I see some comments and I decide to join the group. Why not? Why not check out Telegram? And I do. And I tell him I'm a published author and I tell him I have a problem with getting my payments. And very quickly I end up in the team. And that's the story of how Victor and I met, basically. I just came to him and I said, hey, I published a book. What do you want to do? Like, are you gonna help me? At that point, I had a book on Amazon. I pulled my book off of Amazon simply because it's too tiresome for me to update my card. I am lazy as hell to update my payment method on Amazon, so I take it out. I give the book to him so Victor can do what he does best, and he puts it on the website, our website, which is actually the preview of how the book network is gonna look like later. And not in a million years did I think that anything I wrote will be sold for Bitcoin. But it is. Now it is. And there's the other guy there, and he writes poems. You should check him out. He writes awesome poems. And our books are now being sold for Bitcoin. His for Tron. And it's awesome. And we are working on the project book, which again aims to decentralize publishing. What does that mean? It actually means that you as an author have all your money. Nobody owes you. Nobody can tell you, hey, you don't have a revenue or royalties because we didn't sell this one. We didn't move your book into people's hands. We didn't do anything. Or you didn't do anything. Or the bookstore didn't do anything. Or whoever actually owes you to sell you your book. What happens and how it happens, that's on Victor to explain, because I simply don't know all his programmer stuff. That's on him. He's gonna do that. That's the next video, I hope. Maybe mine is the next video because we didn't quite agree. But that's the problem we're solving. Now, as far as I know, in USA, you need to get an agent. Then you need to approach an agent on a certain matter. You can't just email him and say, hi, I wrote a book, will you help me find a publisher? You can't do that. You need to send a synopsis, if he even accepts. Then you need to send your book, maybe even a part of it, not a complete book. Then you need to send a complete book. It's a long path until you actually reach to a point where your agent tells you, we get to contact the publisher. Sure, you can do it on your own. I could have done it on my own. But you see, there's a thing called ISBN that every book needs to have. And again, it was too bothersome, too complicated for me to actually get that. And I know it would have been cheaper, maybe about $500 cheaper to publish on my own, but still there's the problem of marketing, because none of the bookstores will take me with the publisher's name on this. Bookstores take me, and I'm supposed to just sit at home and wait for payments, which never come. Now, all you need, well, let me say all you will need on the book network and on our app, the centralized application that Victor's gonna make, will be an email and a wallet. And of course, you need to write a book, a manuscript, short stories, whatever, poems. You're not limited by a number of pages. You're not limited to images. Side note, always make sure about the image copyright, because don't joke with image copyright. Anyway, you're not limited. With Book Network, we're not limited. We can create 5 pages in 55 pages, and we can put it on, and we can be paid. Currently, we're paid in Bitcoin and Tron because, well, simply put, not everything gets coded well enough to fit the modes, I guess. WRT, which is our token, will be implemented. Ask Victor. Not sure when. But that's all you need. And you can cash that out. You have options. You can cash that out. You can hodl it. You can exchange. And for the buyers, what's more important, for the buyers will get sort of rewarding for buying books on our network. So they will have kind of like, if they pay 100 WRT for something, they will have 1 WRT back or something. And when that piles up, you get a free ebook, literally. Again, all you need to buy is a wallet and an email. Everything is protected. It's all in the white paper. Everything is protected from the black hats, hackers, and DDoS attacks. I'm not sure if we can have DDoS attack, but okay. And we as a team, we're working as best as we can with no funds currently. Let that sink in. We have no funds at this point. We are starting an initial coin offering to get the funds. And it started tonight. How is it conducted? Well, Victor is an author too, and he decided, I truly believe, like I said in the group, that this is our first ISO that's ever done like this. The first ISO you will ever see done like this. It's done on Telegram. It's in our group, and he's selling his book. So that we could achieve a soft cap. Praise the Lord, hard cap. And we have the funds to proceed. And we hope that things will go as planned. Now, what I want to talk to you in the next video is why books are actually important, and because very many people, I guess, consciously decides to ignore the fact of how books are important, how much. I want to talk to you about that, because we don't have a chance in the group, and that time zones are different, and we keep jumping. But I will state my opinion of why we need to write and be inspired and do more on this field next time. Thank you so much, and I hope you're gonna have some constructive criticism for us.